This diary was written by James H. Hallonquist, Lieutenant Colonel of the Alabama Artillery Battalion. This diary was salvaged from his coat pocket in 1868 and has been rewritten for audience purposes. Please enjoy. April 12th, 1861. This is it. This is the day that hell in the nation begins. April 20th, 1861. We've gotten many letters from Northern generals stating that there were many Southern civilians being killed. These civilians were solely trying to protect their homelands. If we didn't control them, many more casualties would occur. The North calls them bushwhackers because they hid in the bushes, waiting to attack. I think the civilians are doing the right thing, supporting the Confederation. We've decided we can't control all of them. We won't be controlling their actions. In another letter, the Union has stated that since we have bushwhackers, they've enlisted some civilian help. They're calling themselves Jayhawkers. They do everything that bushwhackers do. Another thing that is disrupting both sides is Virginia. Virginia's wilderness is getting both sides confused. We keep losing men. Stragglers never seem to find their way out of the forest. May 23rd, 1861. I'm sitting in a war camp now, still alive but wishing for death. This one is not as bad as the large war camps, but it is just as unsanitary and disgusting. I and some of my men suffer from malnourishment and various infections. It is to my surprise that I have not died yet. As we entered the place, a spectacle met our eyes that almost froze our blood with horror. Before us were forms that had once been active and erect, stalwart men, now nothing but mere walking skeletons, covered with filth and vermin. Many of our men exclaimed with earnestness, "Can this be hell?" As one of my dearest friends, Robert Kellogg, said, "These conditions here are worse than the conditions in Salisbury." At least they were. I've heard that Salisbury is plummeting, making it worse than some Union camps. One general was talking with a prison guard, and I overheard him saying, in a semi-state of nudity, laboring under such diseases as chronic diarrhea, scurvy, frostbite, general debility caused by starvation, neglect, and exposure. Many of them had partially lost their reason, forgetting even the date of their capture and everything connected with their antecedent history. They resemble, in many respects, patients laboring under cretinism. They were filthy in the extreme, covered in vermin. Nearly all were extremely emaciated, so much so that they had to be cared for even like infants. I found out later that the general's name was Lucius Eugene Chittenden. I have a little hope for us. December 31st, 1862. The new year is approaching. This is the only thing we celebrate, though the North is celebrating the birth of one of their greatest generals, George G. Meade. This general is best known for his great battle tactics that helped the Union succeed in some very important battles. This general has managed to beat some of our forces, but he will not beat us in the war. I'm sure of it. We do not celebrate the birth of anyone today, but we shall soon. On June 9th, we will celebrate the birth of the great John Bell Hood. This man has helped us through many battles, and even after losing his leg, he came back and helped us win more battles. He was well known for his brutal and aggressive actions that we used to win many battles. We have recently discovered he fled from Alabama, but his Confederate support did not waver. He destroyed Union military supplies and buildings. We are proud of him till the day he dies. May 10th, 1863. Today there is a Confederate holiday in place. We are mourning the death of our beloved Major General Thomas Jackson. He was an inspiration to us all. His perfectionist attitude made us want to make ourselves perfect too. Lee named him his most valued general. We're going to miss Thomas. He left us with such inspiration. Jackson said that he had always wanted to die on a Sunday.
Always wanted to die on a Sunday.